Looking for great deals on toilet paper, sodas, beverages, snacks for children and company or body products? Go to TBIG LLC, located at 3745 Kings Highway, Suite DC in Douglasville, Georgia 30135 to check out their full inventory. Hours of operation is Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they're closed from Sunday through Tuesday. Let them know you heard about them from All That Jazz. C Entertainment Networks is a multicultural and diverse world in one place, has celebrity supporters, and provides various entertainment services like branding, hosting, speaking, press kits, live interviews, and more. Just head over to www.chenllc.com to find out more. Thank you for your support. With more and more harmful chemicals being added to foods and products, it is essential to start organifying your lifestyle by ordering natural organic skin and hair products like the charcoal scrub and hair growth serum from Yardi Organic Products that's reaching you naturally. Follow Yardi Organic Products on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you for your support. Hey, what's up, guys? This is yours truly, it's Chassie Warmington, aka All That Chas, aka Lucas Slayer. Hold on just 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Forgot I had to get some light up in here, honey. I'm looking a mess. My hair's sitting all on top of my head. I don't even care. Coming to you guys, want to discuss women being profit, women used for profit by misogynism. Misogynism. And I have to say that for us to have a woman vice president of the United States of America is a huge step forward and a huge accomplishment. And it is most definitely something that we should be extremely excited about. However, we cannot lose focus because what often happens, just like when Barack Obama was president, a lot of people let their guards down and we start forgetting about reality of things, and we can't do that this time. We have to understand that this nation was built by misogynists, and there's still a lot of misogynism attitudes towards women that is extremely very clear. For instance, um look how long it took that wine, what's his name, Harvey, to get arrested for and charged for all the years that he was sexually harassing and molesting women, um, all because of his name and his title and his status. And so we still have a long way to go. So we can't let our guards down just because there's a woman vice president. No, we cannot, because still there's still men in charge, and some of those men do have biased attitudes towards women. Let's just be realistic about that. And the way we know that's because women are still to date fighting for our rights. So, just as we as melanin people are still fighting for equality, fighting for our rights, we should not have to still be doing that. So that just goes to show we still have a very, very long way to go. Now, with the misogynism, um, people, for still to date, people always use businesses, music artists, industry period, no matter what industry it is, oftentimes always use women, um, more so than men, to sell their product services, to grasp people's attention, to lure people in to watch them. It has never changed. The only thing that has changed for the most part is that now women can actually get paid for their services, when before, it was against the law where we could not get paid and would not get paid for our services. It was more of, well, you're the one, if it wasn't for us men, then you wouldn't have this, you wouldn't have that. When we know from the beginning of time, let's be realistic, it was queens, women running these nations and everything, and egos and stuff got in the way. So we can go on and on back to the history of misogynism, for a real, true, accurate, description of what happened in rundown on how that all went down. But we're not going to do that. I did 2 parts, but I'm going to have to end up doing probably 2 or 3 more parts, but that's going to be later. But this is the Let's Talk People show. I'm your host, Chassie Warmington, aka All That Chas, aka Lucas Slayer. I hope you guys enjoyed the commercials, and I hope you guys support these companies and individuals. Okay. Um, Now, when it comes to the history, it comes to women being used for profit by misogynism. Again, just reiterate, women are often used still to date to sell product, services, and etc. Now, I will say that there are women who are used, their photos are used on flyers and different things of that nature for advertisement, and these women still today are not getting paid for that. Women, stop allowing people to use your pictures and photos to sell and market themselves, their products, their services, their brand, their events, or whatever it is they have going on. If they want to use your photos, they need to be paying you for it. Um, you know, you really can charge women, like you have the legal right to charge. Nobody has the right to just use your pictures free nilly willy without your consent and or without proper pay, because especially if it's a charge event, they're charging for the event and they're using your pictures, then they should be changed. Hi, how are you, Cassandra? It's good to see you. When are we going to do our interview? I need to interview you, Miss. But you just be you're such a superwoman. You have on that cape. If you blink your eye, we're gonna miss you. We can't blink our eyes, because we blink our eyes, we're gonna miss you. Cause you be moving. But yeah, so uh, women, understand that you do not have to sell yourself. You do not have to have exchange sexual favors for anything. I know, ooh, in the music industry was really, really bad. I'm not sure about now, but I know back in the day it was really, really bad, especially when you get into certain genres like hip hop and rap. If you're a woman and you wanted to get into that, or even R&B, but R&B wasn't as bad though. But the hip hop and rap, it was, very male dominant on another levels. Still pretty much is, even though the women are, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion is really the main two that people always talk about. Lizzo, I don't know what happened. She kind of pulled back a little bit or dropped off the scene a little bit as far as performances and stuff. But we know that she still most definitely is in, still top dog. She's still top on that. So, but there was just so much going on with with the discrimination against women. Even still today, there's still discrimination against women. You have employers, and this is I've seen, I've actually experienced it, where in order for a woman to get a job or she want a certain position, a higher pay or better pay, fair pay, she will be propositioned and sexually harassed, and this still goes on to date. Again, we see this how people are coming out the woodworks, you know, women rather should I say, are coming out the woodworks making accusations against men. We just had just her Wendy Williams maybe a day or two ago, how she talked about what's his name, Sheriff. I forgot how to pronounce his name, but he was a big time artist back in the day, and that he forced himself on her before their date. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of women do not report sexual abuse or rape or sexual harassment, because unfortunately we still have this misogynistic attitude towards women who are victimized, and they are often blamed. Well, you shouldn't award this, you shouldn't award that. Majority of women who have been raped was not dressed as they call provocative or sexy or seductive. They've had on jogging suits, they've had on sweatpants, they were dressed, where they were not advertising, or I won't even say advertising, but where their assets were not in full display or partially displayed for, for this the sense of attention or the purpose of attention. It's just that unfortunately you just have a lot of evil behind men who just feel like they have the right to force themselves on women. And because we live in a misogynistic world still to date, um, when women complain, is oftentimes ignored, or she's oftentimes interrogated, especially if she has a checkered past or she's been known to be promiscuous. It doesn't matter if a woman is promiscuous. It doesn't matter if she's a prostitute. doesn't matter if the prostitute provided a sexual service for a person and that person wanted to continue on having sex in or receiving that services from her and didn't want to pay her another whatever charge that she fee that she charged for it, and he forces himself on her or forces her to provide that type of service on her, it's still considered sexual assault and rape. But we have this thing in society where they always want to condemn the women, judge the women, make the woman feel bad, or try to put the blame on the women for the inappropriate actions of the men. So, with that stated, guys, don't get too excited. I mean, get excited because we have a woman president. I'm a vice president by all means, but I'm just saying we still have a long way to go. There's still a lot of things that we have to get situated, and a lot of things that we still have to get done as opposed to that. So let's not lose thought, lose fault, focus, and lose sight of that. All right. Now, another thing with misogynism, with being, men profiting off women in these businesses and stuff, from profiting off of women. You think about the models that some of these companies hire, and they're getting paid like 2 million. Some of them not even that, but let's just say between 500. Let's just no. Let's do a high number. Let's do $2 million. We'll just say $10 million. 2 million, right? So imagine if the company is paying $2 million to this model, but their network is worth 500 million or 400 million, 400 to 500 million dollars, and they pay this model $200 million, and they're constantly running the ad, and they can run the ad for several years if they want to. They have made way more money off that model than she has gotten paid for. So I'm just saying, we as women, we have to stop devaluing ourselves and stop pricing our services so low when it comes to those kind of things. And I'm not saying that you price gouge or anything like that, be greedy, be unreasonable. No, don't do that because nobody gonna want to hire you, male or female. Nobody gonna deal with you. But what I'm saying is, stop allowing people to profit, misogynist men in businesses to profit off of you just because you are a woman. You don't have to sell yourself short. Look at how back in the day we had the brothel houses. Even though the woman, it was a woman, a madam, that doesn't mean anything. The money still had to go to the men, the owner of that salon, or that they had the brothel house in, or the owner of the brothel house, or the husband of the madam of the brothel house. So it was still the woman making the money, even though she used her body, but the man profit from it. It's pretty much like pimping, like they do now. It's pimping. There's a lot of pimping out there, and covered up in many ways. So I say that, and I will say something. I'm going to say it. I don't care if people take it how they want to. And if they're guilty of it, then they're offended. But if they're not guilty of it, then they don't have to be offended by it. But you think about a lot of strip clubs. Why a lot of strip clubs are not owned by women? A lot of them are owned by men. Women come there, the men come. Yeah, the strippers can make their money, but there's still a fee. Some clubs charge strippers a really hefty fee to come in there and dance and stuff. Like they have to pay these fees. If that's the case, won't you just open up your own strip club and hire women? If that's what you want to do, I'm just saying, like, let's stop being so weak, women, and just allowing ourselves to constantly be targeted and be used and be abused like that because we bring too much. We have too much value, and we bring too much to the table for us to not be getting just compensation, and to be treated like we're some second class citizen or mediocrity. We shouldn't have to be dealing with that. And for centuries and for decades, women have always been used um, for profit by misogynism. Um, We have, I'm just trying to think because there was a situation that happened to me, and I declined. I'm glad we declined. The money was good. So it seemed at that time, knowing what I know now, I'm glad that I didn't do that because I see now that I would have been getting screwed over. Okay, so I had some had a, some guys that wanted to use me teacher. They wanted to do a photo shoot. This was back in the day, and I was like, cool, no problem, whatever. And then I don't know, something was just irritating me about it, and then I changed my mind on it. They got mad, cursed me out, whatever, called me all kind of grady names. I didn't care, but that in itself said spoke so much about them as a person, as people, individuals. Because why would you get upset and cuss a woman out because she doesn't adhere to or give into whatever it is that you want? That's another sign of misogynism, where you got men who feel entitled to get whatever they want from you as the woman because he's the man and he feels entitled to you, entitled to receive whatever it is he want from you. And if you dare to say no, then you got to be a bee, you got to be a hoe, you got to be a slut, you got to be all of these derogatory things, all these negative things, right? So we have we're still dealing with that. But I'm going to be talking about the psychology of misogynism um, in the fourth or fifth episode of you know, of this season. So, with that stated, I just want you guys to understand that we as women, we give too much and we're not appreciated the way we need to be. And I'm not saying that because I'm a woman. I know guys that even notice that, but a lot of men will not admit to that because it is, as they say, the battle of the sexes, and it's also pride and it's also ego. It's also kind of like, it's like, you be down for your boys, even if he cheats on his girlfriend or his wife or whatever. A lot of times, if a guy knows he's not going to go to that wife or go to the girlfriend and be like, "Look, he cheated on you," it's kind of like the man's code. Don't tell, don't snitch, don't say nothing. But it's different when you're standing up for equality, you standing up for integrity, you standing up for justice. If you're a just person like you claim you are, you so honest, because a lot of people love to throw that word around. Oh, I'm honest, I'm sincere, oh, I'm integrity, oh, you can trust me, but we can't, because when it comes to certain things, when you have your conditions, you know, me used to be like that. I used to have conditions, but I'm not like that anymore because I grew up and I learned better. And I've obtained more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding about things. So I don't care who you are, even family. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm gonna tell you as you're wrong. You can take it how you like it. Take it with a grain of salt, or you can take it with a cup of honey. I don't know. However, whatever make your boat float. But we have to stop women being so weak and men who knows that you have misogynistic friends or you know that you're a misogynist yourself. You have to deal with that and you have to understand that it's not a proper way to be. I don't care what you've been taught. It's just like how somebody can be taught to kill, steal, murder, do all this stuff. It doesn't, just because you've been taught that doesn't mean that it's that you have to adapt to it and live that lifestyle. It's a choice. Just as a woman, and I've heard it where, oh, you make sure you get a man, make sure he make this kind of money, he did this, and I understand the stability part and wanting to have a secure future and everything, but why should I put my security in the hands of a human being? Is all I'm saying. So I mean, yeah, those are great incentives to have, in a relationship. It's definitely great benefits and everything. But guess what? He can have all of that, but if his heart is filthy and if his mind is impure and he decide that he still have a wandering eye and he still want to go sow his wild oats or whatever, none of that matters. It doesn't matter if he has finances or not. And I keep trying to explain it to women. Look, women, I don't care how much money a man have. what kind of vehicle he drives. He can have a nice high rise skyline penthouse or whatever. At the end of the day, it's still his. You are you get to benefit from it being with him in a relationship or a marriage, but he can walk away and take all of that with him, especially if there's no children involved, or if, like a lot of women do, they don't take their proof of infidelity to court and sue him for the infidelity. But that's only if you're married. But guess what? If you're just a girlfriend, you're not going to get no compensation. I mean, you can sue for emotional distress or whatever. Yeah, you can do that, but it's kind of hard to prove that unless you have some kind of concrete proof that this person has caused you this kind of trauma or emotional distress or what have you. But other than that, you're just pretty much you just being a bedpan, and I hate to use that word in a way, to refer to a naive woman or a woman who allow herself to be used, but that's what you are. You just been a bedpan, a pissing pot for him, a sperm donor, whatever, just a knockoff until he decides that he wants to go somewhere else. He gets bored and tired with you. It's like, okay, and I had her for a minute. I'm gone. I'm moving on to somebody else. He get tired of her. He moving on. You just, you just a hit it, quit it, or temporary fill-in. I like to call them, a substitute. That's what you are. You're just a substitute until he finds or decide that he's ready to settle down. And when he's ready to settle down, whoever he meet at that moment in time of him ready to settle down, he's going to settle down. If that's the one he chooses to settle down with. So let's just be honest about that. It's not even anything necessarily. A lot of times people are like, oh, and I've heard guys say, well, it was just something about her or something like that. But then when he started explaining what it was about her, he's pretty much explaining every other female that he have cheated on or didn't appreciate the same thing. So it was just at that time he that he finally met this one, he was ready to settle down. So it's a state of mind more than anything. But I want to continue this on. I'm gonna have to go rest because I'm really not feeling well. That's why I kind of ran late a little bit today. But misogynistic men do not care about a woman's feelings. First and foremost, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about how they using you, abusing you. They don't care about degrading you. They don't care about disrespecting you. And they don't care if they profit off of you. They don't care at all. That's not their concern. That's not something that they have any kind of conscious guilt or or anything about at all. It's just like water under the bridge to them. They're just like, okay, and so women, we have to be stronger, and we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, still today, a lot of misogynist men are profiting off women, and we see it on a regular basis. And that's fine if you want to model or if you want to be in videos, if you want to be on posters, you want to work and collab, some kind of way with males. Just make sure that you're being treated fair. Is all I'm saying. If he's going to pay, if you're providing more services and you're doing more work, and his homeboy or whatever just want to come in and just to flirt with the females, because that's what a lot of them do. They just want to come and be on the, hang out because they want to be a part of what they homeboy doing, and and flex and and just be in the way pretty much, and want to flirt with all the different females that may come around as a result of that. Look, stop being so weak, women. That's all I have to say. Stop being weak. If he wants to pay his boys, he can pay his boys more or pay a man more than he's paying you. You don't need to be dealing with that. Because especially nowadays, you can do a lot more for yourself. You don't have to deal with misogynism. You don't have to deal with discrimination against you because you're a woman, and they don't want to pay you because you're a woman. Oh, I could get any girl to be in my video shoot. Oh, I could get any girl to be on the poster. oh, I can hire this, I can hire another woman. I don't have to hire you to be my secretary or whatever. Okay, we'll go right ahead and hire them. But I'm not going to lower myself and lower my vibrations so that you can capitalize off of me and I don't get paid right. If you can pay the men, if the men could get paid, $27 an hour for doing way less work and having less have a position that is entry level. Here I am, a manager, a supervisor. Why I can't get paid $33 or $40 an hour? I'm just, just throwing numbers out there, But I'm just like, be let's be realistic about this, and this still happens today where women we're still fighting for equality, equal pay, fair pay. And some companies, they're so low down and dirty, they'll actually reduce the pay of the men so that they don't have to pay the woman more. So that hurts the men who are not out there doing crazy stuff like that and being a misogynist um and taking advantage of women. They have to deal with the backlash and the consequences of it, and that's not fair. So even you men, that's why I'm like, even men, if you know that your employer or somebody that you're working with or working for has been a misogynist, it can affect you too in the long run after a while. So we just have to be careful with that. And we had women back in, during the time where slavery was prevalent. They used melanin women especially to profit off of because of the assets and stuff like that. They haven't seen the development of a woman's body to that degree. So, they were profiting off of melanin women, um, put them in circuses and making them spectacles and attractions and just just doing some really trifling things. So this has been a negative energy that has been circulating for centuries. This hasn't just started; it's been circulating for centuries. But we have the power to put a stop to it, and we can put a stop to it. So hopefully, in the near future, we can, even if it doesn't, it's not going to stop cold turkey. Let's just be realistic about that. But hopefully, we'll be able to get start having fair share. But women, it's up to us because people. I always say this. This is a quote that I always say. You tell people and you show people how to treat you by what you take off of them, by how you allow them to treat you. So if you allow somebody to treat you like you're nothing, then they're going to treat you like you're nothing. If you then because you're saying I accept that this is what I'm worth. This is acceptable, for you to do this to me. So you show people how to treat you based on what you take off of them and how you treat yourself. And that's just the realization of it. But I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and conclude, but I do want to go ahead and play these live stream commercial ads. If you would like your commercial ads, then by all means, feel free, to contact us on the website at www.cheenllc.com and just go to um, the section that's well, when you stroll down, you'll see where the advertisement for ads and you can just go there and select your ad. I mean, inquire and whatever information you want to find out as far as pricing and the duration and all of the details into that. We have that information, and I'm just going to show this right quick so you guys can kind of get an idea bill case. We got different packets. This is the elite advertisement packet. It comes, um, and I'm just not gonna give the details, but these are some different packets, that you guys can select from. And then we also have an executive package that you can select from. That executive package is like, here it is right here. I'm at the corporate advertisement slot. But you get your money's worth and stuff because I also do um branding and everything else for you as well. So we do all of that. We do the branding, we do the promotion, we do the advertisement. So you're going to get a lot of services out of that. But I'm going to go ahead and run these last two commercials and then we're going to conclude. And thank you so much for watching. God bless, one love, peace. And I'm out like a light. You guys see. Entertainment Networks is a multicultural and diverse world in one place, has celebrity supporters, and provides various entertainment services like branding, hosting, speaking, press kits, live interviews, and more. Just head over to www.chbenllc.com to find out more. Thank you for your support.